Now, we have a spoiler alert for you. If you haven't seen last night's Corrie yet, there was a massive surprise for Alia as Elaine made a confession that could finally bring down evil Jeff.
I know exactly what you've been through. I was abused by Jeff too. He isolated me from my family. He controlled everything I did. Every woman he came across ends up like us.
How did you end up?
He might well have been the magician, but I'm the one that did the disappearing act. And I paid a heavy price.
Have I gone, Rachel? There is no way I'm missing seeing Yasmeen get what she deserves.
Yasmeen's had a heart attack in prison.
Oh, no.
You can help get my gran out of prison. Please, I'm begging you.
You asked me how I got out. I got out by giving up my boy.
You're talking about Tim.
He can't know.
You're Tim's mother.
No.
Paula Wilcox, who plays Elaine, joins me now. Paula, oh my gosh, Elaine just blew our minds last night, stunned every Corrie fan across the country, and you can't help but feel for her. She's just living in fear and she feels vulnerable. What a character to play.
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? When I was asked to do it, I was so thrilled. I immediately started watching Corrie to catch up with the whole Yasmeen and Jeff story. And it's a wonderful story. Oh, my goodness, I was hooked from the moment I started watching. And I thought Shelley and Ian were just brilliant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was so keen to be part of that story.
I bet you were. Last night, it would appear that Elaine didn't seem to quite have the strength to confront the situation. And we saw her walking away and she was full of apologies and she sort of thought she'd gone in too deep. But we have a clip from tonight where it looks like maybe that has changed a little bit. Let's have a look.
Great.
I'm Elaine Jones.
Yeah, you said.
Metcalf as was. Jeff's first wife.
My dad's first wife died and she wasn't even called Elaine.
Philippa. I changed my name when I left. Well, when I ran for my life. There was Jeff. Jeff, who went round saying I was dead. He even told our son.
I haven't even got a brother.
You're an only child. You're my only child.
Oh my gosh, Paula, what a development.
I know, isn't it? It's extraordinary, isn't it? Because I think Elaine was almost thinking, it'll be okay. You know, I'll after all this, you know, almost 50 years of keeping this secret, finally, you know, finding out where Jeff lived and coming to, because of Yasmeen, finding out what he's up to and meeting Yasmeen first and seeing how vulnerable she is. And then wondering what Jeff's situation is and seeing him coming out of the house with Tim and realizing that's my son, and then going to face him. I mean, it's massive, isn't it? And I think part of her thought, Tim will just go, oh, you're my mom, how wonderful, and fling his arms around me. But that didn't happen that way.
No,
it's just weird. How do you...
Well, Paul, it's been such a long-running story and such a hugely powerful one, and I assume that your character is going to be part of the climax of this story.
I think so, yeah. I mean, there is a big climax coming, for sure, and I don't think anybody will see that quite coming.
Yeah, oh goodness. Well, look, we've had surprises already this week, so I can only imagine what's happening next. But it's also a hugely important storyline, and I know you feel this as well, Paula, because of the timing of it, really. We know that cases of domestic abuse and various abuse have gone up during the pandemic months. And we know this happens behind closed doors. A lot of us don't even know it's happening at all. And it's interesting to watch this story in a soap because it feels so real for people sitting at home, and it actually might make them feel that they have the strength to speak about it.
It's so frightening, isn't it? I remember years ago reading a poster that said, somebody you know is a battered wife. I mean, this was years ago. And that really struck me, that you know, that it was as kind of prevalent as that. And the whole lockdown situation is so frightening for so many people, you know, and their children too. And you know, Elaine had to get out of that house, all that danger, at a time when nobody really knew about you know, what we used to call battered wives, and it wasn't something that you could talk about at all. And you know, I think as time's gone by, Elaine will have found that she has become more able to talk about it, and there are more outlets for women to ask for help. And so I think that's what's given her the strength to try to help Yasmeen, because she knows that there are ways in which she was helped herself, and that maybe she will be able to open doors for Yasmeen by encouraging her to, you know, read the books on coercive control and, you know, to talk about it. And I think Yasmeen finds that there's somebody in prison that she can talk to about it. It's an extraordinarily powerful story, and I hope that, you know, it does encourage women to know that, you know, they're not alone, but it is, golly, it's a frightening situation to be in with your children or without your children. But
absolutely, of course,
to leave your baby behind with somebody like that, you know, out of your own sheer terror, and then wonder for the next 50 years what has happened, must be quite devastating. So starting to face up to it and coming back and meeting those people again has got to be the most, probably the bravest thing that many people ever get to do.
Definitely, Paula. I know it was the storyline and, of course, the character that made you return to Corrie. And I say return, Paula, because you made your first appearance in 1969, which we have right now.
I don't know.
As all your gear started shrinking like that.
Like what?
That 2-inch pelmet round your thighs.
Thought you liked me, Liv.
Yeah, but I told you, not on you.
First fella to complain.
I don't fancy being the brother of a tatty head, and that's what you look like.
First fella to complain.
What's your ambition, old age scrubber?
I'll make out.
Oh, it was Farry then too.
It called me a tatty head.
We don't say that enough.
It's great, isn't it? It's great stuff. Oh my goodness. Corrie in the day.
What are your memories of that, Paula? Was it an enjoyable time? You were about 21, I think, at the time.
Oh no, I was 18.
Oh, were you? You were just a baby yourself.
I was playing a 15-year-old, but I was 18. But I could obviously remember what it was like to be 15 and a rebel. I think I was called Janice, and I think Janice had escaped from a sort of a borstal or a children's, you know, home or restraining place of some sort, and she was on the run, and really she'd come to find her brother Ray to get some money out of him and then continue on her merry way, whatever that was going to include. And she disappeared a couple of weeks later, so I was in it for 3 weeks, and but just about one of the first jobs I ever did. So it was rather thrilling, actually. The whole thing was gobsmacking.
Not a better way to start out. Look, thank you so much, Paula. We've all been just glued to our screens watching this storyline. Thank you so much for talking about it all. And as we all know, Coronation Street continues tomorrow night at 7:30 on ITV.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.